Hi, today's video is about King Charles III, who for many, many years was Prince Charles. And I did a video recently about his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, looking at her birth date and looking at the themes of her life related to the numbers of her birth date. I'm going to do the same thing for King Charles III today. And I'm going to be using numbers, numerology, and also these color combination bottles, equilibrium color combinations. Um, each bottle has a number. There's number 18, which goes with yellow violet. And and I'm also going to be using tarot cards. So, for example, that's the tarot card number 18, the moon, for example. And first of all, we should look at Prince Charles. Charles's birth date is the 18th of November 1948. So 18, 11, and 48 are the three numbers we're interested in. I think one thing that stands out for me is it's been said that Prince Charles had the longest, he had to wait so long for his job to begin. I mean, he was 74 years old this year. So it's only now he's 74 that he's finally taken over from his mother and become king. So I think that's a theme, and I think it's a theme in the 18. Now, if we just think about the number for a moment, the number is a 1 and an 8. And you could say that the 8 is on the inside. The 8 is on the inside, the 1 is on the outside. So within the one that presents itself to the world, there's like something happening on the inside, coming up and going down. Now, the tarot card that goes with 18 is the moon. Doesn't have a number on there, unfortunately. But 18 is the moon. Oh, I know where of course it does. It's the Roman numerals at the top there. XV111. That's Roman for 18. So now the moon is, amongst other things, the unconsciousness. So we have what's in the conscious mind and then what's in the unconscious. Our unconscious has to support our conscious mind. Sometimes you can put a brave face on something, but if you're afraid inside, it's difficult when you're trying to be brave outside, but inside you're afraid. As an example, consciously you try and be brave, unconsciously you're afraid. That's an 8. You see, that's like what you're consciously and what you're unconsciously. Now, I have a view about 18, and my view about 18 is it goes with the phrase, am I ready? This is before I thought about Prince Charles, but just in general, am I ready? Because 18 comes in a sequence within Aura-Soma of 17, green-violet, 18, yellow-violet, and 19, red-violet or red-purple. Green, yellow, red. Now that makes me think of traffic lights. Now I know this is going the other way around, green to yellow to red. But think about this. Green is about space. It's about the horizon. It's the possibility of where you can go. And we see the possibility before we step into the picture. So green is showing us the possibility of what can be. And 19, red, purple, is when we're going to step into that picture. And in between the green and the red is the yellow. And in the yellow, just like traffic lights, get ready, stop, get ready, go, or go, get ready to stop. Yellow in the middle is like a get ready color. Prepare yourself. Are you ready? Are you prepared? So I think that the 18, in the case of Prince Charles, I already have this idea for 18, you see. It's a question of, am I integrated within? Do I have the resources within me to do what I'm going to do on the outside and on the inside? So Prince Charles, many, many, many years, waiting for the moment when he would step into the position that his mother was in. Am I ready to step in and do what my mother does? Am I ready to take over and become king? I think that's in the yellow violet. I think it's in the idea of number 18. within the one that appears, you've got this kind of dialogue inside between the conscious and the unconscious. I'm going to jump to the 48 for a second. 48. Well, it's the same 8 on the inside. Let's remember, it's the same 8 on the inside. And now it's with the 4. Now the tarot for the 4, let me just show you that better so you can see, is the Emperor. You can see number 4 and you can see the Emperor there. It's the in a way, after 2 and 3, 4 is the next step of 1. So the 1 becomes the Emperor at 4. So we've got this journey towards becoming the Emperor. And the Emperor also has the 8 behind it. Hopefully ready, presumably ready now. The 8-4. The bottle is violet yellow. In fact, let me just show you the other tarot. This is the tarot card for 48 as a whole. Now, you won't see 48 written on here, but Aura-Soma connects these bottles to positions in the Tree of Life. And this is the card that goes with the position of 48, the 3 of Cups. And the way I think about this picture is, you can see that they're raised, 3 ladies raising their cups. It's the 3 of Cups. And in a way, they're saying, they're raising their cups to something. And you could say, like, you know, to the king, or to the position that's been given to me. There's this question of, am I ready? But then there's this willingness to say yes. Willingness to say yes to being the Emperor, 48. It's also interesting, it's just the color thing, and it's a kind of by the by thing, but that's 48 color-wise, violet clear. The Queen, so King Charles had to wait till his mother died, Queen Elizabeth, and she was on the throne for a long, long time. She was on the throne for 70 years. This is bottle 70 in Aura-Soma, yellow clear. This is bottle 48. Put those 2 colors together, it's 18, isn't it? Yellow and violet. Interesting combination, I think. So let's go to the 18 and the 48. The 18, am I ready? Prince Charles, so many years to ask himself that question, am I ready? Am I ready? 48, I'm ready to be Emperor. Now the yes inside to being the 4, the Emperor. So 18 to 48, am I ready? I'm ready to be the Emperor, ready to be the king. In the middle is number 11. Number 11. So I think this is an interesting thing. I noticed when we saw Prince Charles becoming King Charles, and it was a couple of days after his mother, the Queen, died, and there was like a gathering of some important people from Parliament and from the branches of government, and they came together to witness Prince Charles becoming King Charles. Like, there has to be some process for that. And I noticed that when Prince Charles came to become King Charles, it's not yet the point when the crown's put on his head, but it's important that comes later. But this is like the recognition, the official recognition of the king. And almost the first sentence, within those first sentences, he spoke for about 3 minutes, and he said some things I'm sure he had to say about England, Britain, and about Scotland and so on. But then he said, I'm paraphrasing, but with the love and support, with the one I love standing beside me. He was talking about his wife, Camilla. With the love and support of my beloved standing next to me. It was something like that he said. Well, that, I think, is a really 11 idea, one standing next to another. And of course, that would connect into the question of, am I ready? If I have the one I love standing next to me, if I have the one who loves me standing next to me, supporting me, then I'll be ready to become the king. There is, of course, another whole story with Charles, because he was married to someone else first, and that was a huge story as well. And, you know, I would say that you can't ignore that throughout Charles's life, the question of who stands next to him has been an incredibly important question in his life. First Diana, and now Camilla. At the heart of his journey from asking himself if he's ready to be becoming the king. So those are my thoughts on Prince Charles, King Charles, 1811-48. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'm teaching a course about numerology. In fact, I teach it quite regularly because I think it's something important for me, along with the color and Kabbalah that I'm continuing to teach. Next course starts October 29th, 2022. So if you're interested to learn more, you can email me. Email is below and find out more about it. And if you've enjoyed this, please press like, please subscribe, because it's going to help me to do more of these for you. Okay, thanks very much. And until next time.